So I jumped up to grab the ball and I tipped it. I immediately landed and jumped right back up again. And that's when it happened. I heard it. I heard a loud pop. It sounded like if you took a rubber band and extended it all the way and let it go. Yeah, you can imagine what that sounded like. I caught the ball, I landed, and I immediately passed to my teammate, and I said, I'm done. Sean took me to the ER that night where they did an x-ray, and the results came back inconclusive. I knew it wasn't a bone because I had broken a bone before. Story for another time. I had an MRI the next day, and I had to wait 1 week for the results. When the test results came back, I was not surprised. I had a full ACL tear and meniscus tear. Right away, they told me that surgery is recommended for this type of injury. I agreed, and they said the surgery that they're gonna perform is the ACL reconstruction with patellar tendon graft. The ACL is basically what connects the femur to the tibia, and they take a graft from my patella. So basically from my kneecap, they take a whole like chunk out, and then they use that for my new ACL. And they put it where my ACL used to be, and then they screw it together on both ends. The doctor said this is the best for somebody that's active and that's 33 years of age. The earliest date they had was 1 month out. I was pretty bummed that I had to wait a month, but it is what it is. I was initially on crutches, but over the next several days, my knee got better and better where I was able to walk on it. I felt good walking on it, but I couldn't bend anything more than 90 degrees. So I could extend it out, I could flex it, but I couldn't flex it more than basically right at the 90-degree mark. So if I try to go past that, I would have excruciating pain. It felt like something was pulling on my whole quad. Whenever I walked, I just wouldn't bend more than that. If I did anything, I would just not go any more than this 90-degree angle. I did have a fall leading up to my surgery date where I stepped down and slipped, and my knee literally went from this all the way back. And that's normal for your knee to bend that way, but my knee wasn't able to bend that way since my injury date. I did let my surgeon know about this, and he said, it's fine. They're gonna do the surgery and repair it. So finally the surgery date came, and my fiance took me there. They took me back and they got me all ready while my fiance waited. And then once they prepared me, they put me in a gown, they started an IV, and they gave me a heating blanket, and they had my fiance wait outside until I was ready, and they brought her back. So then they took me back and they put me on the OR table. I just remember the anesthesiologist giving me oxygen with the BVM and telling me to take deep breaths, and I was like, yeah, I'm taking deep breaths and nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden, bam, it's 3 hours later and I'm in the waiting room with my fiance by my side, and it's all over. So the doctor came in, he said it all went well. He did say initially on the meniscus is like a C-shaped, and on the sides it roots down where it connects to your knee. And he said on one of the roots, that's what detached. So they just put it back together. And he said the first 2 stitches didn't take, but the 3rd stitch did take. So they started with the meniscus, they fixed that, and then they did the ACL repair after that. So now I'm 3 weeks post-surgery, and that first week is rough. It hurts, it's painful, it's sore. Every time I get up to use the bathroom or anything, all the blood rushes down there. But honestly, what made it bearable was my fiance. She took time off work. She made me breakfast, lunch, dinner, got me all the water I needed, bring me all my meds. I was on Tylenol, I was on ibuprofen and Oxy. And initially I didn't want to be on the oxycodone, but the pain was so bad that I ended up taking it. So she cleaned the house every day. She had people over for Mother's Day, and she cooked everything and cleaned and served everybody while I just had to sit there and watch, which was brutal. But I'm super thankful and grateful that she was there to basically take care of me while I'm just in bed. I went to my first PT session, and the physical therapist ran some initial tests on me. He just checked to see how much I could bend my leg. Basically could bend like almost at the 90-degree mark. And he was basically saying if I could put any weight on it, if I could hold it up without any assistance. He did say since I was already active before the injury that it does help with recovery. He told me the biggest thing for me is that he's gonna have to hold me back from trying to move too fast and not skip any steps. He emphasized the importance of following the plan that he set out for me. I was given a brace I had to wear for 4 to 6 weeks. That brace is locked straight. The surgeon said if it was just my ACL, then I would be without the brace and would be able to bear more weight. Since a meniscus tore in the root, he didn't want to take any chances for it to come out. The worst part about the brace is definitely sleeping. I'm not a back sleeper, so it's super hard to get comfortable, and the first good night's sleep I had was literally last night, 3 weeks after my surgery date. People have reached out to me with their own stories and have told me how awful ACL injuries are. And yeah, it does suck, but it is what it is. This is just a test. It's a test to see how I'm going to react. If I'm going to come back stronger, or if I'm not. It's easy to be happy when things are going good, when there's nothing going wrong. But what's a true test of character is when things don't go your way and you have to battle back to even get back to where you're at before. So I'll leave you with this. If life didn't have any valleys, then we wouldn't be able to see the view when we look back on all the progress we made.